Hi everybody, welcome back, and today is Tuesday the 9th of February 2021, and today in our spag lesson we will be thinking about word roots. So I would like you to pause the video and write your date and learning objective, and when you're ready, unpause the video. Okay, so today's lesson starts with a bit of a story and a bit of a history lesson. Once upon a time, many hundreds of years ago, there was a great empire called the Roman Empire. And it was called the Roman Empire because it started in Rome, which you can see on the map just here. Rome is the capital city of Italy, and it is still the capital city of Italy today. And if you ever get the chance, if you're ever lucky enough to go to Rome, I definitely recommend it. It is beautiful. So, Rome had a great empire. They had many soldiers, they had many great leaders, and they had lots of fantastic things that they invented. So they had some of the first and best roads that we know today. They also invented the aqueduct, which is a way of transporting water safely to make sure that it's not poisoned. Yeah, they were great inventors, great thinkers, very intelligent, but they also invaded a lot of countries, and their soldiers would march to various different countries and create settlements. They would move in and they would become in charge. So you can see on the map here that the Roman soldiers took over huge parts of Europe. This is Europe here, okay, and even went into northern Africa and Egypt, and we are up here. You can see Great Britain up here, and they marched into Spain. Gaul is actually what we would now call France mostly, but it was called Gaul back then. So the soldiers would march all the way from Rome in great big groups, and they would invade various different countries, and they did lots of quite good things, actually. They organised, in Great Britain, we still have roads today that are there because of the Romans, and they had very advanced building techniques. So they helped to teach our people about how to create buildings that would last a long time. They weren't friendly all the time, unfortunately. There was a lot of fighting, but they were in Great Britain for a long time. The Romans invaded Britain 43 years after the birth of Christ in 43 AD, and then they eventually left in around 410 AD. So, of course, that's a long time. That wouldn't have just been one group of soldiers. Some soldiers invaded, and they settled and built towns, and they had their own children, and their children had children. And so we had quite a number of Roman people in our country for a long, long time. And because of that, when they did leave, they left lots of things behind. And one of the main things that they left behind was parts of their language. So in English today, we have lots of words that originally come from the ancient Roman language of Latin. Now in Italy, because remember the Romans were from Rome in Italy, now they speak Italian in Italy. But back then they spoke the ancient language of Latin. And so we have a lot of Latin in our language. And if you're in my class, you hear me talk about it quite a lot. And nobody speaks Latin anymore, though. So why do you think it is handy to learn some little pieces of Latin? Well, actually, we have a lot of Latin in our language, and words that share the same Latin root, they have similar meanings. So it will help us, if we learn a little bit of Latin, to understand unfamiliar words. And you can see an example here. All the words that have port in them. And port is a Latin root which means carry. So you've got portable, things that are portable are carryable. Transport, things that are transported, are carried from one place to another. So yeah, they all have very similar meanings, these words with port in them. Now, if you're in my class, you will have heard me talk about this quite a lot, and you may have even seen some of these pictures before. So you might be able to explain this to a big brother or sister, a parent or carer, and just have a look at those pictures there. What do you notice? Look at the words and the pictures as well. So, all of these words have try in them. You can see down here that I have highlighted the try. And try actually means 3. So this Triceratops here, he's a dinosaur, he has 3 horns. Try, the try in triplets, well, triplets, there are 3 of them. So triplets are babies that are born in 3s. Triangle, well, it's got 3 angles, one here, and one here. A tricycle has got 3 wheels, 1, 2, 3. A tripod has 3 feet, 1, 2, 3. The pod part means feet. And a trident has got 3 spikes. The dent part actually means teeth, like dentist. So what you should be able to see from these pictures and these words is that try, T-R-I, usually means 3. Now, we're going to be thinking about a different word root today because we have talked about try quite a lot. So we're going to move on to a slightly different one. And I'm going to show you some pictures and some words which have this word root in. Here we go. So today's word root is phon. And phon means sound. So a homophone is a word that is pronounced the same as another word, sounds the same as another word, but it has perhaps a slightly different spelling or meaning. Now, you can see up here that I've written the word meat. There are 2 different ways of spelling the word meat. I'm going to make it slightly bigger for you. So, the red meat here at the top with E in it, that is when people meet up. They might meet some friends in the park. So that has got a double E. But meat here with the EA, that is the kind of meat you eat, like chicken or pork chops or beef. Okay? So those 2 words are homophones because they sound the same, but they are spelled differently and have a different meaning. Okay. Our next phon word is microphone. Microphone. Now, a microphone is a little device, you've seen us using them in school, that helps to make a small sound bigger. So it will make your voice louder. Now, the interesting thing about this word is that the micro part means small. So we've heard of words like microscopic, for example, which means really, really small, that you need a microscope to see it. Okay, but this is microphone, and it means a little device. There's a picture of one there for you that makes a small sound much, much louder. Microphone. The next phon word is phonics. And this is something that you have learned when you were younger at school. And this is the way that we learn to read. So it's really tricky to learn to read. And when we first start learning to read, we need to know what sounds different letters make. Because when you first start, you don't know your letters. They just look like little squiggles on a page. And we have to learn those really carefully and think about what sounds each letter makes. So when we learn our sounds so that we can read, that is called phonics. And it is because the phon part means sound, which is Latin. Now, our last phon word is an instrument. saxophone. And there's a picture of a gentleman there with a saxophone in his hand. Now, yes, it's a musical instrument, but what do musical instruments do? They make sound. So that is the word root that we are learning about today. And what I want you to try and do throughout the day is think of as many words as you possibly can with phon or phone in. And your challenge for today is to think about the phon word root. It means sound and it comes from Latin. And you are going to create a little brainstorm. So you can see here that I have started to do my brainstorm, but I haven't put too many words in there because I didn't want to give you too many clues. So you can use a whole page for this in your home learning book if you've got one. Fill up a whole page with as many phon words as you can. So I've put one on there for you so you can see what it perhaps should look like. So you're going to have your bubble in the middle and you can colour that in if you like and do it in nice fancy bubble writing as long as it's lovely and neat and readable. And then around the outside you are going to add all your phon words. So you could pause the video now if you wanted to. I am going to give you some extra clues to help you out. Now, I'm hoping that you might be able to think of some all on your own, but I'm going to post a link to another YouTube video which tells you all about the phon word root, and I am also going to reveal some pictures in a moment that should help you. So if you're happy and you've got lots of ideas to help you with your, I'm going to call this a mind map, thought bubble, whatever you like to call it. If you've got enough ideas to help you with your thought bubble, you can pause the video now and do it yourself if you want to do it without clues. Okay, so if that's you, pause the video now. And I am going to now start revealing some pictures that might help you with your mind map. Are you ready? I'm not going to describe them for you. I want you to use your own brain. Another picture for you of a phon word. You are absolutely allowed to discuss these with a parent or carer if you're not sure what they are. Oh, I think we've had that one before, earlier on in the presentation. Perhaps that one as well. Now, this picture here is something that children now wouldn't perhaps have at home. So if you aren't sure what this picture is, you could perhaps ask a parent or carer, and you can also ask them to help you think of words to add to your mind map. So I really look forward to seeing your beautiful mind maps with some lovely bubble writing perhaps, some lovely neat ruler lines and some phon words all around the outside. Thank you for joining us for our spag lesson today, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye!